mind.
By the way, the 4th and 2 play in the fourth quarter, which they could have went up by 17, I like the call. I like the aggressiveness there.
Yeah. Well, both my guys on the panel, of course, Stephen Weasel Hurley and Chris Rankin on the student of the game, didn't like it. And Chris, I asked him if he said it before the ball was snapped, and he said he did, so he's not completely hindsighted. I think the one thing that's defensible for those who don't like it is with 8 minutes on the clock, there is a metric ton of football still left to play. But yeah, I mean, from my point of view, the part that keeps me from completely taking your approach is the fact that there's that much time. We're talking 6 minutes, we're talking 4 minutes instead. Then I like the call. But you have to, if you're Tom Coughlin, you have to know your team is terrible in the red zone. So no, just take the points. Anyway.
I get it. But here's the funny thing about everybody. Everybody's all like, Tom Coughlin made the wrong call, this and that.
Yeah.
When they made the call on the field, the entire stadium cheered him on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
so
and that's what fans do.
It's good
They're
now.
going for it on 4th down.
Yeah. We want results. I hate sports fans because you all go based on the results. If the damn thing converted on 4th down, you're cheering them all. Coughl's a genius. So one stupid play call is the difference between the fine line between genius and stupidity. Really? Are we at that point now?
I mean, hey, you can accuse Steeler fans of the same thing with Mike Tomlin. It happens everywhere, and only the few wiser people, such as you or I, EJ, understand that it's not so much the result, but was the amount of risk inordinate? Was it stupid? Just outright, just reckless? And I can't say that here either myself. You know, like I said, the only thing that puts me away from 50-50 that this was the right decision or not, instead to like maybe 60-40 is, again, the 8 minutes on the clock and that much football being left. That's where I'm at.
Right. Do you understand why? Okay, moronic Giants fans. Yes, I'm talking to you, moronic Giants fans who, like myself.
Wow.
Do you understand why Coughlin went for the 4th down? Because he doesn't trust that defense. It's the same reason Bill Belichick, 2009 against the Colts, did the same thing against the Colts, you know, on that Sunday football game where he didn't make it because he doesn't trust that defense.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree with Belichick when he did that too, because the ball made it to Kevin Falk's hands. If he had held onto the ball, we never would have been talking about it even still 6 years later, because he would have made it and nobody would have remembered it. He just would have been, oh, look, Belichick being Belichick. I'm with you, man. You know, you've got to measure these kind of calls by, was the risk reckless?
It is what it is. You know, you have to do the result. If Coughlin converts there at a 1st down, at the very least, you're getting another 3 minutes on the clock. He scores a touchdown. You're up 17. And once again, you know, in a lot of ways, Tom Coughlin's play call and the result kind of defends why Coughlin did in the first place. Because guess what? They didn't convert, and guess what? Your defense let you down.
That's a good point.
Moronic Giants fans.
That's a good point.
Wake your ass up.
Oh.
No football. Do your homework. Don't be results guy. Oh, he didn't get it. Oh, so now I don't like the call. But you cheered him on when he made the call originally before they ran the play. Morons. Next topic. Pats lose 2 in a row. Uh-oh. Did a 3 seed in the AFC all of a sudden. What a difference in 2 weeks makes, Mr. Kyle Nash. Panic meter 1 in 10 for the Patriots.
Because of the fact that Gronk is back in the coming week, I got a 5. And the fact that some people have actually used the word declining Brady after this game is just proof of how absolutely stupid fans at large are. And I'm not even limiting that one to Giants fans, because more than Giants fans talk about Tom Brady. Look, I've been talking about how this guy is not the MVP of the Patriots for a while, but let's be clear on something for 30 seconds, okay? You hand your opponent 21 points, and Tom Brady leading his offense despite the fact that he did throw an interception that led to a pick six that is part of the 21 points given away, but still brings his team within a single score. 28 points total have been handed away, 21 of which were by special teams in 2 weeks. And both games were decided by a touchdown, extra point, or less. And one of them was in overtime, in case you were putting stock in Brock. But Brady is declining. Guys, put your pipes down. Let's settle down a bit. Is there some panic because of the fact that they're actually in the third seed and not number 1 or 2? Of course. Let's not be ridiculous. But, yeah, take it easy. By the way, lest we forget, the remaining schedule for the Dolphins is ridiculously easy, and the toughest game they may have remaining is this Sunday, where I will be in Houston watching it. But the Bengals and the Broncos still have to play each other and get one of them out of the Patriots' way for them. There you go.
Yeah,
it's a 5, period.
If there's anything to panic on for the Patriots moving forward, is these damn injuries. And by the way, Brady made great throws in that game against Philadelphia. People weren't catching them. That 4th and 12, whatever, that ended the game, that when they made a comeback, that 5th-string receiver that dropped the ball, Martin, what his name is, yeah, he dropped the ball there, and game over. How about Amendola dropping a surefire touchdown? How about Amendola, dropping another surefire long first down, and then on the same drive, Brady throws a pick 6. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to happen.
Brady gets that credit, but how come Brady gets the credit, but Andy Dalton or Cam Newton don't?
Exactly. Well, because Tom Brady. That's why. And when you're that guy and you've done 4 Super Bowls and 6 Super Bowl appearances, you get a pass on everything in the world, including saying the N-word. Problem. I'm just kidding.
Oh wow!
No,
how about all that?
I'm just joking. It's a joke.
Oh wait, I see why you got mixed up. It's because he looks like Justin Bieber. Oh right, my bad.
Yeah, but
actually, Justin Bieber didn't get away with saying the N-word either, did he? Never mind. Moving on.
Here's the bottom line with the Patriots. Even if they were a 3 seed going into the playoffs, as long as they're healthy, or should I say relatively healthy, because you're never going to be fully healthy in this league. As long as they're relatively healthy, they're going to be fine. I still have confidence in going to Denver or going into to Cincinnati winning because of the experience, because if Gronk is there, it don't matter. Gronk is still Gronk, and they'll win a title. They'll win a conference title anywhere, any place with Gronk in that lineup. Okay, but there is but let's not diminish it here real quick.
Yeah.
There is concern for Patriots fans here, but these injuries because they're piling up now.
But by the time the playoffs come around, they're supposed to have Edelman back. They're supposed to have Gronk back already. So unless he re-injures himself, which has happened in the past, I'm not worried about them making the playoffs. Once in the playoffs, because the AFC has so little to offer, and I don't see them losing to Osweiler twice in a row. I just can't imagine that happening. And first of all, if Osweiler beats the Patriots twice in the same year as a first-time starter, come on. I mean, can you put a guy in a Hall of Fame already? I guess, but seriously, that's a story you could tell your grandchildren.
Put your stock in Brock. Put your stock in Brock. All right, before I let you go, let's go through this quickly. The updated NFL playoff picture currently today. If the playoffs start today, your buys in the AFC are as follows: Cincinnati and Denver. Then you have your other 2 division winners, Patriots and the Colts. Shout out to Matt Hasselbeck, by the way. Damn. And then your wild cards are as follows: the New York Jets and your Kansas City Chiefs, who were left for dead like 2 months ago.
Yeah, based on head-to-head, that's true.
Question: does this hold?
No. I'm not convinced of that yet.
Who's out?
Who's
out? Who's in?
The Jets will falter at least one more time before they're done, and here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're an offensive team now, folks, and they have the best top 2 receivers, 1 and 2 receivers in the league, without question.
All right.
I will take Antonio Brown and Latavius Murray over anybody else's top 2.
Okay, you like KC, though?
KC's getting in, man. I mean, the rest of their schedule just does not bring fear to me as yet. I'll be honest.
If Kansas City somehow gets in and wins at least 10 games on this, you have to consider Andy Reid Coach of the Year. You have to consider it, given what happened the first part of the season.
I don't know. I'll put it this way.
I didn't say give it to him. I said he's in the conversation. Is he in the conversation at least?
Oh, yeah, conversation for sure. If he passes up Todd Bowles, who is my current favorite, I will consider it.
Right. And then you got in the NFC right now, the playoffs start today. Your buys are as follows: Carolina and Arizona, which I think is going to hold. And then your 2 division winners, Green Bay and Washington. Sorry, I had to laugh. Washington
we still don't know how that's going to go, by the way.
Yeah. Your wild cards are as follows. Seattle and Minnesota. Kyle Nash, does this hold?
Seattle will remain. The question mark here, if you ask me, are the Vikings. I mentioned something in Matchup Mania that the Bucs will have a tough time making it to the playoffs because of Seattle. But look, the way to beat the Vikings has been shown, and it was shown to you by not only Seattle, but it will be shown to you again by Arizona this week. You got to stop the run, and you got to dare Teddy to throw the ball down the field because Teddy ain't ready.
Here's the issue. Here's the thing Minnesota does have, though. They have a 2-game lead. Well, actually, they have a 3-game lead. No, 2-game. I apologize. 2-game lead. So the next wild card team after you get past Seattle's the 6th seed. Okay, so technically Seattle would be the one in trouble, but we assume Seattle will be the one to win most of the games going forward. So Minnesota has to lose at least 2 more games before they start seeing any sort of issues.
Minnesota has 8 wins, right?
8-4, yes. The teams in the hunt are the best team is 6-6 in the hunt.
Right.
So there's still a 2-game gap between Minnesota and
they're only up 2 games, and then we're down to the conference. Then we're down to the conference record, which the teams that the Vikings have lost to are the Packers, well, let's just put it this way, mostly NFC teams at this juncture.
Right.
I can't think. So, yeah, that's going to hurt them pretty bad. And the good news for the Bucs, the good news about getting spanked by Mariota in Week 2 is the fact that that's an AFC loss. If they're in a tie-breaking situation, look, I can't rule it out because I don't think the Bucs and Vikings played each other this year. I'd have to check.
No, they did not.
So, I mean, this is not locked away.
No, I agree.
If the Bucs win, I see the Bucs beating the Saints this week. I see the Vikings losing this week. Guess what? Your 2-game lead is very likely going to become 1, and it'll be a very compelling 15, 16, and 17.
Okay, well, let's look at it that way. Remaining schedule for the Bucs. Saints, which you have as a win for them. At the Rams.
Yep.
The Bears is frisky. And Carolina, which we don't even know if they'll be unbeaten by then. If they're not, they'll hold dogs off probably.
You and frisky. It's just like Russell Wilson. You always have to bring up Russell Wilson and frisky, which actually frisky is a good description for Russell Wilson at this point. But I digress. But, I mean, look, they win half of those at least. I mean, look, the Bears isn't a guarantee anymore. Of course, after losing to the 49ers, you're damn sure I'm going to pick the Bucs over them coming up to it. I'm just saying. And I got the Saints as an easy win for me by the Bucs. I think Jameis does his part and puts himself into the Rookie of the Year conversation at the same time.
Got to be. Absolutely. Minnesota, we've been saying for weeks, so the schedule's tough. Arizona this week, that's probably going to be a loss. Chicago at home, which is always a tough game, divisional game against a tough team. Giants at home, which... Come on, you know the Giants, you know how they are, and then Green Bay at Green Bay. So the schedule may actually benefit Tampa Bay going forward.
I agree. There's no guarantee. I cannot sign off. I think 0-4 is not out of the question. I'd give it about a 45% chance that 0-4 is your wrapping up schedule for the Vikings, and if that happens,
I think they'll get one.
Cue up Tampa Bay, folks.
I think I think Minnesota get one more win, if anything, at worst. I think
1 for 3 is good. 2-2, if they get 2-2,
they're in the playoffs.
They should be ecstatic. But
if they get 2-2, they're in the playoffs because 10 wins, I think, is enough to get in. So, anyway, follow Kyle Nash on Twitter at the SOTG. All his great work, of course, at the NGSCSports.com. Student Game Podcast every Monday on the NG Sports Radio Network. Kyle, as always, fun.
Hey, man. Honor, privilege. And by the way, if G still gets out of line on Thursday, just remind him who his Bears lost to this past Sunday. But until next time, class dismissed.
Take care, brother.